is happening in your neighborhood.
It's mostly the uncertainty of everything because it's the great unknown.
The impact the possible government shutdown could have on state workers. I'll tell you all about it coming up.
In Eaton County, proposed cuts could eliminate local 4-H programs here in my neighborhood. I'll show you what you need to know before a decision is made.
It's been another sunny and unseasonably warm day across our neighborhoods and still no end in sight. Your forecast coming up.
Good evening, Mid-Michigan. Welcome to Fox 47 Neighborhood News. I'm Larry Wallace, and this evening we are bringing you the news here outside of the state capitol because it brings us to our top story. You know, lawmakers have just over 2 weeks before they reach the deadline to pass a state budget, putting Michigan at risk of a government shutdown. In a speech earlier today, Governor Gretchen Whitmer stated that she introduced her budget recommendation back in February. Come May, the Senate passed their budget in July. The statutory budget deadline came and went, and 3 weeks ago, the House passed their budget. But the Senate and House have yet to come together to approve a combined budget for Whitmer to sign. Without a set budget in place, many programs in our neighborhoods, including free school lunches, are left in uncertainty. Today, your neighborhood reporter Alana Johnson was at Whitmer's speech, and she has details about what the governor had to say about this whole situation.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer is proposing an economic protection plan for the state. I'm your state capitol reporter Alana Johnson, finding out what it takes to protect Michigan's economy from lawmakers on both sides of the aisle. Governor Gretchen Whitmer gave a speech Tuesday on Michigan's economy. The governor says tariffs, the latest jobs report, reports of a troubling manufacturing sector, and uncertainty of the state budget are impacting the state's economy.
This is a man-made storm of uncertainty that hits Michigan hard. And while I'm doing everything that I can to protect Michigan and create jobs, I can't do it alone.
Whitmer says passing a balanced bipartisan budget can help protect and defend the economy, but what else could it take? For that, I asked experts and lawmakers on both sides of the aisle what it could take. Hear more about that at 10. At the Capitol, Alana Johnson, Fox 47 News.
If lawmakers are unable to come to an agreement on the state budget by October 1st, Michigan will be at risk of experiencing a government shutdown, which some state workers say will impact their day-to-day lives heavily, which is why on Tuesday, representatives from UAW Local 6000 came to the Capitol to talk about that impact.
This is a very serious situation.
Serious conversations at the state Capitol ahead of a potential government shutdown on October 1st.
And I've seen several government shutdowns, and they're not okay. People are nervous, they're anxious.
It all stems from Democratic and Republican lawmakers unable to find a middle ground on the state budget.
This budget cuts so many essential services for men and women and children across mid-Michigan and across the state.
Nearly $5 billion in cuts to the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services are included in the proposed House Republican budget. MDHHS says this equates to the elimination of about 1,600 jobs in the department. What emotions are you feeling?
Maybe a little bit of nerves, but it's mostly the uncertainty of everything because it's the great unknown. We don't know what's going to happen with our department.
MDHHS employee Ray Hesser, along with representatives from UAW Local 6000 and Senator Sarah Anthony, gathered at the state capitol on Tuesday to talk about the impacts the potential government shutdown and cuts could have on state workers.
If that was to come to fruition, you're talking about potential workers possibly quitting because of burnout and because there's even a more amount of energy being spent on their own casework or on the individual's families. You're talking about people not being able to live their daily lives paycheck to paycheck.
We're told if there is a government shutdown, state workers will soon receive notices about how to proceed.
They have 14 days to give us notice, and it'll basically tell us whether or not for our members to show up to work or not on October 1st. whether or not they're essential workers to show up or not essential workers, and we don't even have that information yet.
Lawmakers on both sides weighing in on the situation.
We are, appreciate those that work for the state of Michigan, but understand we have millions of people across the state that are concerned about their jobs as well, their kids getting educated. So it's not just the people in Lansing-centric that we need to be concerned about. We need to be concerned across the state.
And so I'm of the belief that we can do it all, but it requires serious conversations with serious people. And these House Republicans don't appear to be serious.
Reporting here at the Capitol, I'm Larry Wallace, Fox 47 News. Vice President J.D. Vance is heading to Michigan on Wednesday with a focus on economy. He'll visit the precision metal stamping plant and how Michigan has been a key state in national discussions about American manufacturing. Vance is expected to explain how the administration tax policies are helping manufacturing workers and companies in Michigan. Fox 47 is covering the event throughout the day. Continue to follow us on air and online at fox47news.com to hear from VP Vance. Prosecutors announced on Tuesday that they are seeking the death penalty for the man accused of shooting and killing commentator Charlie Kirk. Utah County prosecutors charged 22-year-old Tyler Robinson with aggravated murder in the connection to the deadly shooting of Kirk at Utah Valley University last week. The charge, along with several others, being announced ahead of Robinson's first court appearance. He is being held without bail.
Now for a check of your Fox 47 forecast.
And now switching gears to weather, Fox 47 meteorologist Brian Bachman here with a look at what's happening across the region tonight, and not a whole lot of change. It's still sunny, still summer-like temperatures out there, and still no major changes expected in the weather through the end of the work week. My look out over Lansing shows those sunny skies and a pleasant temperature, 79 degrees right now with a light east breeze coming in at about 5 miles per hour. Temps across the rest of the area, more or less on par with where we were around this time yesterday. 80 degrees Mason, 83 Jackson and Grass Lake, as well as Brooklyn and Somerset, 82 in Litchfield, Charlotte at 81, and some upper 70s around St. John's and Portland at this hour. On satellite and radar, clearly I didn't switch this from night mode, but still gets the point across that skies are clear, not just here in our neighborhoods, but still across the majority of the state tonight. And like I've been saying for the past couple of nights, expect to see similar conditions on the satellite and radar for a few more days. Looking at the next 6 hours for your evening, temps will fall from the upper 70s and low 80s now toward the mid 60s as we close in on midnight, all under clear skies. A look at the rest of your 7-day forecast coming up.
I'm your Eaton County neighborhood reporter, Willow Mink, and proposed cuts in the new county budget have some neighbors concerned about the future of local 4-H programs. More than a dozen neighbors were at a budget meeting last week speaking out in support of restoring funding for MSU Extension, which coordinates local 4-H programs here in Eaton County. Now I'm speaking with the district director and someone who participates in 4-H, trying to answer this question: what these cuts could mean for the future of local 4-H programs.
4-H to me has just been like a part of my lifestyle.
Thela Priestman has participated in Eaton County 4-H programs for more than a decade.
One of my favorite memories is probably just being a part of the Junior Livestock Association.
She's now a veterinarian student at MSU, hoping to become a local 4-H volunteer.
I want to be able to take all of the things that I learned and developed as a younger showman and be able to pass that along to all of the future participants in the program.
But there's a concern about the future of 4-H in Eaton County because of proposed budget cuts at the county level, which would eliminate support staff.
That support is to recruit, interview, train, and oversee volunteers for this very important youth program.
That 4-H support is provided by MSU Extension, where Bill Hendrian, the district director, tells me if the cuts get approved, neighbors would see changes.
All youth can still participate in some 4-H programs, but it would not be the same. They would not be able to participate at the local level as they have in the past.
So would that basically mean the elimination of 4-H programs here locally?
It would, leading to its logical conclusion, if we need that 4-H program coordinator's position and the funding for that position is eliminated, then it would eliminate that program locally, yes.
According to Hendrian, the process would take time and not be immediate. I reached out to County Chairperson Jim Mott, who gave me this statement, quote, "I understand the disappointment over MSU Extension, but with the millages failing, we had no choice but to make cuts everywhere, both inside the county and with partners like MSU Extension. I grew up in 4-H. I hope they can find find a way to fill the funding gap because I think their programming is so valuable. I hope to restore these partnerships when resources allow, but that is not right now. Priestman tells me she's disappointed to be in this situation.
It's kind of sad to think that we might lose something that helps develop these future leaders and allow me to be able to assist these younger kids and getting to that point.
Hendrian told me he's hopeful a change might be made.
That maybe a commissioner or two will raise a motion and that'll get seconded, and then maybe we'll have a successful vote. That's always possible.
The Board of Commissioners is set to possibly finalize a new budget at Wednesday night's board meeting. Hendrian said in a letter to the board that he believes Eaton County 4-H could be kept what he calls intact if the board approves about $80,000 in total funding for MSU extension for next year. In Charlotte, I'm Willem Ink, Fox 47 News.
Bringing grocery stores to Jackson's South Side. I'll show you the projects that are moving forward.